Like ever since I turned 25, like things have just been different because I feel like I don't know if I'm having a quarter life crisis or what, but once I hit 25, it felt like I had no idea what I was doing, bro. And it's crazy because you look around and you see other people that are like getting married, having kids, and they got like these long-term careers and stuff like that. And it seems all fine and dandy on the surface, but I feel like I did everything right, right? Like I went to college, I got me a degree, and I got me a job right after college, bro, and it was like this corporate America job. It's like this desk job, manager job, right? Middle management. And I could have climbed up the ladder there. But when I was there, bro, all I realized was that, like, I realized, like, bro, is this all life really has to offer? I was there for a little while and it was like, is this truly it? Like, I'm just showing up to work. I'm giving them everything I got. I go home. I'm too tired to even hit the gym. That's a big part of my life. And it's like I've completely abandoned all hobbies or anything. Like I remember on my days off, I wouldn't even know what to do because work had taken up so much of my life. I didn't even know what I like to do anymore, bro. I didn't know what my hobbies were. I have a PlayStation 5. I ain't touched it in God knows how long. I didn't even have the energy to do that. And it made me really sit back and realize like, yo, what am I like really doing? You know? Because it's like you got one of two paths, or it seems, or you got one of two paths. It's either you take this one route that everyone takes, and it's like you're like this corporate slave, right? And you go down this path that everyone has to take because you got to put food on the table at the end of the day. You got to pay the bills, got to keep the lights on. And it's like, bro, if I go down this path, I know I'm gonna be so miserable and depressed and unhappy, bro, genuinely. And that's where I was headed. And you start asking yourself questions like, can I really do this? Like I'm 25, right? You work generally until you're about what, like 60 or something like that. Can I really do this for another 40 some years? Can I do this for another 35 years? Then when they take away Social Security, can I do this shit for the rest of my life? Like, is this really it? Is this really the only reason God put me on this earth? It's just so that I can work and work and work. Like, do I live to work? You know what I'm saying? Or am I working to live? Like what's really going on here, man? And it really just made me lost and made me like lose my way. Like I don't know what path to even go down. Cause it's like you go down the path everyone else goes down, and it's like you're just going down the path of hell. You just going to hell. That's basically what it is. Because I refuse to be that, middle-aged man who's like going through a midlife crisis because he realizes that he didn't do all the shit that he wanted to do in life. And you got to realize, like, bro, people put so much stock in like safety and security and work and job stability, when in reality, what's the point of all that when we all gonna fucking die? Like, do y'all really like? I don't know. Sometimes I question like, do people really want to do this? Like, we are all gonna die one day, and you are over here playing shit safe, and I was over here playing shit safe, and it just makes me like lost, bro. Because it's like, okay, well, if not that path, then what path? Because they really make it seem like if you do not do what they tell you to do, if you don't become that corporate slave, you're fucking cooked. You're fucked. You know what I'm saying? No one's encouraging you to be an entrepreneur and shit like that. But nowadays, here's the thing about going your own way now, right? It's like you go your own way and there's so much competition. Everyone want to go their own way. Everyone wants to escape. Everyone wants to do that shit. So it's like, damn, bro, like, yeah, it's possible, but damn, either way you go, it's a struggle. But it really makes you realize, like, what struggle are you willing to go through? Are you willing to go through the struggle of living a miserable life as like a corporate slave? Or are you willing to try it on your own, bro? And so this is kind of like this, and this is where I'm at too, especially with jobs, right? Like when it comes to jobs and when it comes to like the economy and shit like that, being 25 is such an interesting position because you see people on my time. I see people on my timeline, people on my Instagram that are like literally look like they have everything together. Then you got people that don't have anything together. And it's like, bro, what direction? And then it's like you talk to those people that have everything together and they seem like they got it all together. And then like in reality, they really don't. You know what I mean? In reality, it's a fake lifestyle. It's like, damn, bro, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've just been really since turning 25 and looking at my life, and I've thought about all the things that I wanted to do as a child, as a kid, and I've started to realize that it's starting to slip away, and it's making me sad, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, for example, I've always wanted to live in New York, right? And the older I get, the older I get, the more I realize like it's less and less likely. It's less and less likely. And so the conclusion I've kind of come to right now at being at my age, bro, is that I don't think I'm meant for like the traditional path, bro. Like I know obviously like my parents and everyone around me would want me to take a more traditional path because of stability. And I know it's only out of love for me, but I don't think I'm gonna be taking the traditional path. And chances are if you're watching this video, you probably aren't either. And it's like only a few of us is really gonna make it. Most of you watching this video, you say that you don't want to go down the traditional path, but you gonna end up doing it anyway, just out of having to eat. And I get it, bro. I don't shame nobody that goes down that way. But I can't do that, bro. The way I view life right now is like, imagine you in like medieval times or some shit. You just walking through a forest, bro, and you just seeing shit happen. Life is just an experience, brother. Life is just an experience, and there is no guarantee either way you go. Either way you go, safety and security is just an illusion because you have all this safety and security, but let you miss one paycheck, you're done. You have all the safety and security, but let AI take over your job, which is very likely. Then what? You feel me? There is no safety and security, bro. The safety and security is in knowing that there is no safety and security. So the struggle that I'm going to choose is the struggle to go my own way. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's kind of exciting to me. Walking into the unknown, not knowing what I'm doing, not knowing where I'm going, that's kind of exciting to me. You feel me? And it's like, who knows where the fuck I'll be in 3 years? I honestly don't know. I feel like you ask people these questions, where do you go? Where do you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years? And they always have this predetermined fucking NPC ass answer. If you ask me, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going to be tomorrow. Who knows, brother? Just winging it. Shit. Just winging it. Now, I'm not saying you should just wing it with everything in life, but what I am saying is that the thing about life is that people think they have so much control. You don't have control. You never really truly have control. You want to hear God laugh, tell me your plan. That's the thing about, I was actually talking to somebody about this yesterday. The thing about plans is they always change. They usually never work out the way you want them to work out. But things will always work out though. They will work out, maybe not the way that you want them to, you know? So I just feel like at age 25, when I first turned 25, I was kind of struggling with like, damn, where am I like in life? Where am I going to go? Who am I? What the fuck is this, man? Trying to figure everything out. And I feel like now that it's been a few months since my birthday, I've kind of realized that the beauty of life is that you're not in control. So I'm going to keep going down my own path. I'm going to get everything I want out of this shit, man. I'm going to be in New York one day. I'm going to be in a fucking penthouse. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in the city. I'm going to be, shit. Me and my girl going to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get everything I want out of this life, bro. And it's because I'm willing to take that fucking risk. I'm willing to step out. You know what I'm saying? And because if I don't, then what is the point of living? I'd rather live than survive. I don't want to just survive, bro. I want to really live, bro. And if I can't do that, you might as well just take me off this earth right now. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. But, you know, that's just kind of where I'm at, being age 25. And I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna be like, oh, it's a quarter life crisis, or this is a quarter life. It'll pass. But will it really? Will it really? Because it's crazy. I actually saw this Reddit post the other day. And I didn't even click on it, but I saw the title and it was like, how am I supposed to cope with knowing that I have to get a job? And on the surface, it's like, bro, just get a job, bro. You have to get a job. You got to put food on the table. But I understand exactly where they're coming from, because getting a job is literally like saying, all right, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And I'm going to give it, this is what I'm going to do for everything. It's actually, see, all this shit can actually be perfectly summed up. Like modern life can perfectly be summed up by a SpongeBob episode that I watched a while ago. Y'all might or might not remember it, bro. But I remember there's this one episode where it wasn't even like this specific scene. It wasn't even about SpongeBob or Patrick. It was this random fish in Bikini Bottom, right? And it was just going through his life. It was like a screenshot. It was just like showing screenshots of different points of his life every single day, his just daily life. And it starts with him waking up hella early and he's looking out the window depressed as hell. He's sitting in traffic. He gets to work, sitting at his office job, goes home. You know, his wife makes him some weak ass dinner, goes to sleep, wakes up and does the whole thing again. And the whole entire time, his face is like this. And that scene really fucking stuck with me, bro. It might sound goofy, but that scene really stuck with me. And it kind of was in the back of my mind. I remember seeing that scene when I was super young, and it just kept replaying. And I didn't really know how to talk about it with anyone because I didn't know what to say. I just knew that in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, this is what life is going to become. I remember my freshman year of college, my first day I moved in, I kept thinking about that scene. And I kept thinking about how college is going to be the last 4 years before my life ends up like that. And that's why I have to take my own path, because I fucking refuse to end up like that. I refuse.